This look is suitable for a lot of people because it's got a safe length in it. It's got a short feeling, but it's still more on the medium side. It was inspired by Michelle Williams. She's wearing her hair a lot like this. And what's cool about it is not only the color, but the texture that we see in here is both blunt and soft. So it's a real mixture. So I'm starting with a horizontal section. The strange thing is I'm going to be cutting the hair without a comb. I'm just going to use my scissors and my hands. If you think about it, your hands are kind of like a comb anyway, and we use them a lot to comb through the hair. What I'm going to be doing here is taking hair and condensing it in between my fingers and then point cutting the ends so that we end up with a lot of different lengths going on at the ends. This hair is platinum. It's going to show every line, so we want to keep it sort of broken up and soft to begin with. So I'm going to go through with one hand vertically, the other hand horizontally, and that's just going to clean it up a little bit, comb it out a little bit, and then I'm going to take the section, condense it together in between my fingers, and I'm going to point cut. So you can see how I'm doing pretty deep point cutting with my scissors so we keep it nice and soft. I'm just going to continue working up the head in horizontal sections, bringing it all to the bottom and cutting it blunt in between my fingers. Okay, so what I've done now is sectioned off the horseshoe section at the parietal, and I'm going to go through now and start to put a little bit more vertical layers under here, and then we're going to layer this top part differently. So I'm going to take a section, comb it out vertically, and this time I'm just going to change my body position so I can come out from the head. So we're just going to do the same thing as far as how we're cutting the ends, but we're just going to put a little more layers into the shape and take the triangle effect away. Do the same thing on the sides here. Just making sure that I'm leaving my perimeter out so that we don't take away all that length at the edge and we keep our nice blunt feeling going on. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take the horseshoe and we're going to start to layer that over the shape. So I want to make sure that these layers are going to be sitting longer and spilling over into the bottom. So I want to measure that out. I'm going to be going longer than those previous layers that I just cut underneath, which are here. And we're just going to point cut straight across. So we'll start to build a little bit of layers into the shape. Taking up that first section as my guide, and I'm just going to over direct the second section back to the first. You can see where it's coming back this way and connecting at the top. If you look at this from the top, my fingers are horizontal and I'm just point cutting that length off. Next section. Now for those of you that have been trained in precision cutting and all that, this is probably making you crazy right now that I'm cutting it this way. But if you think about the end result that we're getting, would we get it if I wasn't doing it this way? Probably not. So we want to make sure that we stay with the technique. If it's something that's completely foreign to you, do it on a mannequin like I am. And you don't have to worry about messing up or hurting anyone's feelings or having a heart attack for yourself. So now that we've got the basic length in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, and this time, rather than holding the hair in between these two fingers, I'm going to hold it in between all of these fingers so that we get several sections in our hand at the same time. And then what I'm going to do is bend my fingers and just start taking some of those lengths a little bit shorter.